Hello everybody. It is Dr. Nick and I'm so happy to be with you all tonight. I am currently on Facebook Live and I am on a conference call as well, and today is a great day. It's a beautiful day to be alive. It's a beautiful day to be able to be with all of you tonight, and I'm so glad for those of you who are on the line and those of you who are watching via Facebook. So if you don't mind, if you would share this for those of you who are on Facebook Live, to let people know that they can tune in tonight to watch this broadcast live, as we're talking about 7 steps on how to survive the holidays being single. 7 steps on how to survive the holidays being single. And once again, this is Dr. Nick, and I'm so happy once again to be online with all of you tonight. And I thought that it was very important for me to talk about this topic because there are so many people who I see posting on social media who are just very unhappy around the time of the holiday season. And when I say unhappy, hey Monica, when I say unhappy around the holiday season, I mean for whatever reason, just not happy to be able to celebrate the holiday season because of being single and what single means to them and what single represents when they are around the holidays and around other people who are celebrating Christmas and celebrating the holiday season. Not only that, I've talked to people and I've spoken to people who are like, Dr. Nick, like, how are you making it? You're single, and what are you doing for the holiday season? And how are you getting through the holiday season? We're going to talk about that tonight. And for those of you who know me, you know I'm very transparent. And I'm all about real talk. Hey, Lynette. Hey, Soror. I'm all about real talk. So if you don't like real talk, you might need to hang up the line now or just log off and go to somebody else's page because tonight we're going to go there. We're going to definitely go there tonight because we have some things that we definitely we want to talk about concerning this topic. Hi, Tiffany. Talking about this topic again. 7 steps on how to survive the holidays being single. So something I need to talk about first is, what is single? When we talk about being single, single is anything that's not married. Any person who is not married is single. If you're not married, you're single. If you have a boyfriend, in the eyes of every situation, or a girlfriend in the eyes of every situation, you're single. You're only in a relationship. Hey, Racine in the house. You're only not single if you're not married. So somebody may be saying, well, I have a boyfriend, I still feel single. I have a girlfriend, I still feel single. Well, I'm talking to you tonight too. Not only that, I'm talking to those who are widows, those who are widowers. I'm talking to people tonight who just got out of a relationship, people who have been single for a long time. So all of you who are single tonight, that's who I'm talking about. So let's just jump right in. The first step tonight in talking about the first topic tonight in talking about how to survive the holidays being single is, number 1, we have to change our perspective on being single. When we hear the word single, it has such a negative connotation when you hear the word single. When people hear the word single, they constantly think, most people think desperate, lonely, sad, depressed, just not making it, can't get anybody, can't get right, can't keep a man, can't keep a woman, all these different things that people think when it comes to being single. And as a single woman, I must say that I am very happy to say that I am successfully single. I am successfully single, and I don't mind saying that now. Now I don't mind saying that. Before, I did have a problem with that. And we're going to get to that. We're going to talk about that. But first, let's talk about this. Changing our perspective on being single. We cannot allow the world's system or other people to define for us what being single is. You can't do that. You can't go by what everyone else says and how everyone else says single people act, or single people look, or single people, feel, or single people function. It's not that, because it's not a blanket situation. It's a case-by-case situation. Am I successfully single now? Yes. Have I been successfully single for the past 4 years? No. But right now, I am. So you have to own your own definition of what single means to you. Whatever your definition of what single means to you, that's what you own. You don't own what other people tell you what single means. What does it mean to you? And we have to change it from being a negative to being a positive. And so many of us are single by choice. Not because we can't have anyone, or not because someone doesn't want us, or not because the cards are just not turning out in our favor. Some of you who are on the line or who are even watching now, who may watch later, you're single because you choose to be single right now. This may be a season of singleness in your life right now because you just don't want to be in a relationship right now, or because a relationship has not presented itself to you that is worthy enough for you to be a part of right now. So don't allow people to make you feel bad about being single. Own your own definition of what single means to you. That's number one. We're going to change our perspective on being single and what it means to us. Own your own perspective. And I hope you're somewhere taking some notes or taking some mental notes. Own your own perspective about what single means to you, not to your mom, not to your dad, not to your ex-husband, not to your ex-wife, not to the world system, not to Facebook, not to your grandma, big mama who waiting for you to have kids. Own your own definition of single. And for me, at the point where I am in my life right now, single means that I am right now waiting because I'm just not in a position where God has told me that it is time for me to connect and be in another relationship. Because most of you who have followed my story, you know that I have been divorced, married twice, divorced twice. So I am not in a position, nor am I running towards anyone where I want to be in a relationship with right now. I'm perfectly fine now being successfully single. That's the first point. Point number 2, accept your truth without embarrassment, nor feeling the need to lie about your status to impress others or to avoid questions. I'm going to say that again. Accept your truth without embarrassment, nor feeling the need to lie about your status to impress others or to avoid questions. Now, you say, well, why are you saying that, Dr. Nick? Like, why would I lie? Why would I lie about being single? Maybe you wouldn't, but I'm going to tell you what happened for me. The first year after my marriage, I was very embarrassed that I was not in a relationship because, after all, I'm Dr. Nick and people see me and they just think, oh, well, she has to have someone or she has to be with someone. So when Valentine's Day came up the first year after my divorce, those of you who know I'm a radio host, I didn't go to the radio station that night because I didn't want anyone to hear me on the radio and to think I did not have a date for Valentine's Day. This was 4 years ago. And so I didn't want anyone to know. This is my truth, and I'm hoping that I'm helping someone tonight. This is my truth. I didn't want anyone to know 4 years ago that I was, of course, people knew I was divorced, but I didn't want them to know that I didn't have anybody. So what I did was I stayed in the house. I was by myself, and I didn't go on the radio that night because that night it was either a Wednesday or a Thursday, which I had the radio. I didn't go because I didn't want anyone to hear me on the radio. So I think that they would hear me and think, oh, she's on the radio tonight. It's Valentine's Day. She must not have a man. And so I stayed home because I was not ready to accept my truth. But I am saying to you guys, now that I am on the other side of that, you don't have anything to prove to anyone except yourself. I'm going to say that again. You don't have anything to prove to anyone except yourself. Accept your truth about being single. That's your truth. And don't be embarrassed about being single. Accept your truth and don't be embarrassed about being single, nor feel that you have to lie about being single to make someone think or make people think that you are in a relationship when you're really not. Because now, not only are you unhappy with your status, but now you are lying to please other people. And in the end, you're the one that's not pleased. So, own your truth. Accept your truth. Your truth is not something that has to be broadcast or put on a visual display for the world to see. Your truth is between you and God and whoever else you choose to share it with. But please understand this. You don't have to share your truth with anyone. That's your business. That's your business. I'm going to say it again. That's your business. You don't have to start going on Facebook or social media or out in public or grab a family friend or someone from the job to say, I need a date for Christmas. I need a date for New Year's Eve. I need a date for Valentine's Day. Can you just come along with me so my family won't think I'm single? The people who truly love you will not care. All they want to know is, are you good? Are you okay? And are you happy? Anyone who is forcing you into a relationship, you may need to check that relationship yourself. Because those people who want to force you into something that you're really not ready for or something that's not for you right now are people who don't understand or people who don't want to see you in your true, authentic destiny. So, point 2 again. Own your truth. Don't lie. I'm going to tell you exactly how I said it. Accept your truth without embarrassment nor feeling the need to lie about your status to impress others or to avoid questions. Let me tell you something else. Once you accept your truth, and this is what I've had to learn, once you accept your truth, no one can hold your truth against you. Once you accept your truth, no one can hold your truth against you, even if they try to throw it up in your face. Like people say, not to me, but around me or to other people, wow, she's been married twice and she got divorced twice. Yes, I have. Anything else you want to talk about? That's my truth, and I'm fine with that. All you're doing is you're regurgitating what I already know. And I've accepted that. As a matter of fact, I put it out there. You wouldn't know unless I told you. So you don't have to feel like, you just have to hide from your truth. Own your truth. And once you own it, if someone tries to put it out there in a way to make you feel bad about it, they can't do that. It won't infect you because you've already owned your truth. All right, that's point 1 and point 2. Point 3, remember your accomplishments. Your life has not been a revolving door or a merry-go-round. Remember your own accomplishments. Your life has not been a revolving door or a merry-go-round. You have no reason to feel bad about who you are just because you're single. So what you might have to do is look at your life and see what you have accomplished up until this point. Look at what you have survived up until this point. It's all about getting our mind right, because once we get our mind right, nothing ever will be able to stop us. And that's what I've learned through the trials and tribulations of my life. Once I finally got my mind right, who's going to stop Dr. Nick? The question is not if you're going to let me. The question is who's going to stop me? No one. Get your mind right and understand your life has not been a revolving door. You have to remember your accomplishments. If that means that you have to get a piece of paper or a pen and start, where did my notebook go? Yeah, a piece of paper and a pen and just start writing some things down. Write it down. Maybe you need to remember it yourself and tell yourself, this is what I've accomplished. Look at my goals that I've really accomplished. Look at how I went to school and look at what I've survived. And look at what they said I would never be able to do and who I'd never be able to be. But look at who I am now. Don't allow the time for the holidays to come around to make you start feeling bad about who you are. The devil is a liar. You are great. You are wonderful. You are beautiful. You are powerful. You are strong. You don't not have a relationship because you're not good enough. Because if it was in the cards for you to have a relationship, and if it was destiny for you to be in a relationship right here, right now, at this moment in time, you would be. So instead of looking at why me, look at your situation and realize who you are. And some people may say, well, that's just being conceited and cocky. So I guess I would rather be conceited and cocky than being depressed. Whatever you want to call it, I'm going to get through this holiday season and I'm going to remember my story. I'm going to remember who I am. And that's what you have to remember about yourself. Remember your story, people. Remember your story. No one can make you feel bad when you own your story. I don't care if you don't have the proper credit score. I don't care if you have a criminal history. I don't care if you don't even have a job. I don't care if you don't have 2 pennies to rub together. Remember what you have survived. How about that? If you remember your own accomplishments, then, my friend, you will be able to say this right here. First of all, the holidays The holidays are a few days. They're not the rest of your life. So you feel like this is a moment, I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, but I'm going to get through this because tomorrow morning I still have to go on with my life. All right. That was number 3. Number 4, can the old traditions and celebrate the holidays the way you want to. Can, meaning get rid of the old traditions and the way that you've always done things and celebrate the holidays the way you want to. Look, people, we're grown, which means that at some point you can celebrate the holidays the way you want to celebrate the holidays. And the people who appreciate you and honor you and really love you will have to step up to the plate and understand this is how he or she wants to celebrate the holidays this year. And because I love her or because I love him, I'm going to allow them to celebrate the way they want to. Just because since you were 2 years old, you've always celebrated the holidays a certain way does not mean that you have to keep celebrating the holidays a certain way. Find the tradition, a new tradition if you need to, that works best for you. Can those old traditions really start killing some things after a while, doing the same thing over? I get bored easily. I get bored very easily. So find the tradition or find something new that works for you. And if what worked before does not work in this current season of your life, then oh well, it just doesn't. The people will either understand or they won't. But at the end of the night, on that holiday, you have to lay your beautiful head on your pillow and be happy with the decisions that you have made. So, can those old traditions and do holidays the way you want to do holidays? If that means that you've always done holidays with couples and this year you're just not ready to do that, then don't do it. If that means that you always are around a certain family member who makes you feel bad about your status, then don't go around them. If that means that you had a loved one who recently passed, a husband, a boyfriend, a fiance, a girlfriend, a wife, and just being in this certain circle is just not something that you're ready for yet, then don't go. You don't have to please anyone and everyone for the holidays. You know if you're fragile right now. You know if you're strong right now. You know that there might be some things that'll set you off right now. Go with what you know. And the people will either understand or they'll just not understand. But you have to be happy with your decisions. That was number 4. Number 5, and this is a big one, folks. This is for the grown folks. Now, I'm going deep here. So if you are deep and too religious and you can't handle this, you might need to log off now, off the computer, or hang up the phone line because I'm going deep with this one. I know my mom's on here, so mom, just cover your ears right now. Here we go. Number 5, don't let the loneliness or traditions of the holidays draw you back into an ex-lover or someone you're not supposed to be with or a co-parent. I'm going to say that again. Don't allow the loneliness or traditions of the holidays to draw you back in to an ex-lover or someone you're never supposed to be with or a co-parent. Did she go there? Yes, I did. During the holiday season, many people end up in beds they should not be in. They were never supposed to be in. Why? Because they don't want to be by themselves for the holidays. So what you do is you end up giving your body to someone who was never supposed to have it just because you don't want to be by yourself on the holidays. Now, this might not apply to some folks, but I'm talking to the grown folks. Or some folks who are kind of like, I don't know. No. Only leftovers from the restaurant. That's right, Jasmine. Listen, you don't need to go putting on your cutest stilettos and your little black dress or your nicest cologne man or anything else to go lay up with somebody who does not love you, who does not care about you, and can I say this? Who you don't love, who you don't care about, just so you will have some fulfillment for the holidays. For what? And when it's all said and done, you're the one that's feeling empty on the inside. After it's all said and done and you got whatever you had to get off, you're the one that has to, first of all, look at yourself in the mirror and say to yourself, I can't believe I just did that. Or now you got a situation on your hands because they won't stop calling you. They won't stop coming around you. And now they want you and the kids to have a family day. You need to consider some of these things, because just because it's a holiday, and trust me, you guys get the text messages just like I get the text messages on the holidays. Hey, big head, what's up? How you doing? How you been? Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. We should get together sometime. No, we haven't gotten together all this time. We haven't hung out all this time. We haven't been out to eat all this time. We haven't talked all this time. We're not getting ready to start talking now. Don't allow the holidays to draw you back in or sucker you back in to be with someone that you washed your hands of. There's a reason you walked away. Stay away. There's a reason why you said, I'm done with him. I'm done with her. Stay away from them. Don't go back. Look at your neighbor and say, don't go back. Don't go back. Don't go back. There's no reason. There's no reason for you to get hooked back up with someone that you walked away from just because it's the holidays. Does that make any sense? I didn't think so. So please, when the phone rings, that's why we've been blessed with caller ID. That's why we've been blessed with the caller ID. When the phone rings, hold on 1 minute. My nose is wet. I'm sorry. It's live TV. Hold on. Sorry. My sinuses. Okay. So when the phone rings, you don't have to answer it. When they send you a text message, you don't have to respond to it. That's what caller ID is for. So don't get hooked back up with that. I'm going to read that one to you again. Don't allow loneliness or the traditions of the holidays to draw you back in to an ex or someone that you never should have been connected to again just because you don't want to be lonely for the holidays. So you're going to have to be strong or turn the phone off or not answer the door or don't go over certain people's houses because you know they're going to be there. If you don't feel that strong, then don't go, okay? Now, for those of you who are deep, you can chime back in now. That was number 5. Number 6, and this is a big one that I've had to learn in my life. Prepare your responses if need be. Prepare your responses if need be. So this is what I'm talking about. So you choose to go around family members and you know it's that same family member who always asks you that same question of when you're going to be in a relationship and when you're going to get back into a relationship or when you're going to start dating again. If you have to create an answer, create your little hit and quit answer, kick rocks and keep it moving. And I'm going to mention this to you, and I don't mind sharing this with you because this is something that's a part of my testimony. Many people know that I have been pregnant before and I have lost children. And so people say to me sometimes, when you going to have kids? When you going to have kids? And it's a really touchy situation to me because I have been pregnant and I lost my babies. So for people to say to me, when you going to have a baby? When you going to have kids? It's almost like a shot in the heart when they say it with so much force. So my answer is I've had some losses. And because of that answer being as strong as it is and it's short, they don't ask again and they don't inquire at all anytime after that. So the point I'm making is prepare your answer. Whatever your answer might need to be, make it short and keep it cut and keep it moving. You don't have to go through a long dissertation about why you're single now and why you're waiting on somebody and how come you don't want to date right now and you've been through so much, and you don't have to do all of that. That's not necessary. Now, I will tell you something funny, and this is not against anyone's lifestyle, but I did have someone say to me, well, you've been single for a while now, and I just want to make sure you still like men. Someone actually said that to me. Well, I just want to make sure you still like men. And it was hilarious to me when they said that to me. And I said, you don't have to worry about that. I'll always like men. But the point I'm making is that was my response. It wasn't like, oh my goodness, I can't believe you said that to me. Or why would you say that? Know your responses and know what you want to say and keep it moving. Some people just can't help it. And then there are some people who really do care about you. The person who asked me this question is actually listening in right now. I don't even know if she remembers that she said that to me. But after I said that, it was like a weight off her shoulders. Like, okay, as long as you're good, I'm good. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine in that area. Don't worry about that. I'm just not ready right now. Okay, so that was number 6. Prepare your responses if need be. And number 7, live in every moment. As the holidays are approaching, and you're thinking about the holidays, create a plan. What are you going to do on that day? I'm going to tell you what you're not going to do. You're not going to sit in the house and feel sorry for yourself. That's what you're not going to do. You're not going to sit in the house and feel sorry for yourself. You're not going to lay in a bed and woe is me. Don't do that. Create a plan early so that when Christmas comes, you already know what you're going to do. Live in that moment and decide, this is what I'm going to do. Even if you have to make a timeline from the time you wake up to the time you come back home that night, whatever it is that you're going to do, create a timeline for yourself if need be. And this could be for someone who's not even single, but for someone who is dealing with loss, it's a hard time to deal with Christmas and the holidays because it makes you think about, who you lost, and have your plan together. For me, I'm going to church on Christmas because I go to church every Sunday. And of course, I'm going to be at church on Christmas. And then I'll spend some time with my family and then do whatever else I want to do. Now, I do have male friends, but I am not in a committed relationship because I don't want to be. And I'm not ready for that right now. So for those of you who in my inbox, there you go. I'm not ready yet. And that's not what God has called me to yet. And I need to be focused on the plan of God on my life right now. And I have to work on me. And for the first time since I was 14 years old, I am finally taking time to work on me. So a part of my plan for the holidays is spending time with people I love, but also working on me. And a part of working on me is being okay with my decision of not choosing to hang out with someone for the holidays just so I can say I was riding shotgun and someone was driving me around. No, I drive perfectly fine. And in a month, I'll be driving my paid off Mercedes-Benz. I don't need a man. I don't need to be in a relationship. So you have to own your truth and who you are. Do you understand what I'm saying? Own your truth. You don't have to put yourself in a predicament on the holidays that you don't want to be in. Create a plan, and not the plan where that it works best. Okay, this part of my plan works best for my mom. This part of my plan works best for my dad. This part of my plan works best for my sister, my brother, big mama. No. At this point in your life, again, let me remind us, we are grown. What is the plan that works for you? And those who love you will have to adjust, or they'll get over it the day after Christmas. But you have to be okay with who you are. So whether it's Christmas, New Year's Eve, you don't have to be standing under the mistletoe. You don't have to be kissing anyone when the clock strikes 12 on midnight. That's not where you are right now in life. Be okay with that. But at the same time, know that you're okay with that, but also have a plan for yourself. Because loneliness may come. And feeling sorry, feeling that feeling of, why don't I have someone? That may come. Let's just be honest. It might come. Those feelings might come that day. And you know what you're going to do? You're going to already have your plan in place for what you're going to say to yourself and how you're going to redirect your thoughts in that moment if it happens. So that when that moment happens, you don't have to sit there and be sucked in and consumed by those thoughts of, I'm by myself now. I don't have anyone. Now that this is the holidays, I'm watching everyone all booed up and all baited up and I'm by myself. If it bothers you to be on social media watching people get engaged for the holidays or spending time with their boo or their husband or their wife or their family, then don't go on there. If it's certain people's pages that make you remember how life used to be for you, then have enough restraint not to go on those pages. It's certain things that you don't do. You wouldn't take a knife and stab yourself in the heart and keep turning it and turning it and turning it and hoping that it would finally stop. Don't do that to yourself. My dogs, sorry. Don't do that to yourself. Don't set yourself up for failure and set yourself up for pain. Don't do that. Don't do that. Create a plan. for yourself for the holidays and work through those things so that when the holidays come, you'll be okay with being who you are, where you are, with who you are, and more importantly, you did the holidays your way. How about that? How about you make that your theme? And I won't even mind if you use it, because I'm going to use it too. The holidays my way. Holidays my way. And do the holidays your way. However you want to do it. Holidays your way. That's the way you're going to do it. And the people who love you will understand. Let me tell you something. On Thanksgiving, and most people don't know this until now, I was in urgent care on Thanksgiving. And then the day after Thanksgiving, I was in the emergency room because I just could not beat this nausea that I had been fighting for over a week. I couldn't beat it. And I was just so uncomfortable. And so for me, I'm always the life of the party for the family. I'm always making sure everyone is good. You know, and on Thanksgiving morning, actually, my organization, Greatness in You Incorporated, we served food to the homeless and to the needy. And no one knew how sick I was, because for me, I just have this learned behavior just to do what I need to do, and I'll deal with whatever I need to deal with after that. I just have this crazy battery in my back. That's from surviving suicide. If you survive death or survive a crazy situation in your life, you'll get a crazy battery in your back too. But anyway, I have this battery in my back that won't let me stop. No matter what I face, it won't let me give up. So I have this no defeat, no quit, no nothing inside of me. It's not happening. So on Thanksgiving, I went to urgent care. They basically told me they couldn't do anything for me. Now, it's Thanksgiving. I'm driving up to my mom and dad's house. Everyone's all dressed up and happy and festive. And I'm dragging in the house with tears running down my face. This is Thanksgiving. Happy time with family. And Nikki's always the one that keeps everyone together. But I told myself, and those of you who do follow my pages, I said, I'm not going to miss an opportunity to take pictures with my brothers. And for those of you know, on every holiday, I post pictures with my brothers because that's my tradition. I like to do that. That's just what I like. And I make them comply to get in a picture. We take a picture. So anyway, I said, I'm going to take a picture with my brothers. And I actually got dressed up and combed my hair and did my makeup to take a picture. And then I left and came back home and got in the bed. But that was Thanksgiving my way. Do you think that my family was going to say to me, oh, well, it's Thanksgiving, just go upstairs and go to sleep? No, I needed to leave. And I needed to do this for me because I wanted to be comfortable at home in my own bed without any sounds around me and loud music and laughing and giggling and playing. I wanted to do it my way. Did they bother me about that? No. Did they say, Nikki, you have to stay? No. Because that was what I wanted. The point I'm making is, do it the way you need to do it. Don't hurt yourself to please other people. If I would have stayed there on Thanksgiving, knowing I was sick, knowing I was uncomfortable, knowing I was miserable, then I would have done more harm, not to myself, but to the people who were around me, because I would have been irritated and agitated, and I would have been taking out my uncomfortable feeling on everybody else. So this is why I am saying, do it your way. Whatever works best for you, and only you know what works best for you. However you want to do the holidays, do that. And guess what? You don't have to consult anyone about that. You don't have to say to anyone, I wonder if you would give me a pass this year, unless you just want to. You don't have to say to anyone, you know, I was just wondering if it would be okay if I didn't come this year. You don't have to do that. But if you feel the need to do it, then go ahead and do it. But I am saying to you, sir and ma'am, what I am saying to you is, own your holidays. Be single and happy single, successfully single, and do the holidays your way without allowing people, places, and things to make you feel uncomfortable because you don't do the holidays the way you've always done them. You're in a new place now. You're not the same person you used to be. You're not walking and talking and functioning and reasoning the same way you used to. Hopefully, you're a different person today than the person that you used to be. So own it and don't make excuses for it and just be who you are. So those are my tips for how to survive the holidays being single. From one single person to another one, I am telling you, we're going to get through the holidays. It's going to be fine. And when the holidays are over, we're going to still be great. We're going to still be smart. We're going to still be progressive. Women, you're going to still be talented. You're going to still be beautiful. You're going to still be sexy. Men, you're going to still be handsome. And men can be beautiful as well. You're still going to be who you are. The holidays take nothing away from you. It does not take away from your worth because you are not attached to someone for the holidays. And can I add this in? There are some people who have not grasped this truth, who are posting on the holidays, and they're not happy with the person that they're posting with, but they're posting up just to make it seem like they're happy. Don't be one of those people. Don't be one of those people. Be happy with who you are. Own your truth. Live your truth. I love you guys, and I can't wait to see how this holiday turns out for all of us. It's going to be great. We are more than conquerors, and let's just walk in our victory, all right? Love you all. Have a great night. Bye.